Many people dream of calling Australia home, but what if I told you that your current job might be holding you back from becoming a permanent resident? In today's video, I'll reveal 20 specific jobs that won't lead to PR in 2025, no matter how long you work them. Stay tuned and don't let your dream of staying in Australia slip away because of the wrong job choice. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I help people like you navigate the complex world of Australian visas. Whether you're a student, a skilled worker, or someone simply seeking clarity, today, we're diving into something that many people get wrong, assuming every job in Australia can lead to permanent residency. Spoiler, it doesn't. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through 20 detailed job roles that may seem good enough to earn a living in Australia, but when it comes to getting PR, they'll take you nowhere. Let's break them down, job by job, with full detail, explanations, and reasons why you should avoid them if your end goal is permanent residency. Segment 1. Cafe Allrounder. Working in a cafe, making coffees, cleaning tables, taking orders, sounds like a stable gig. It's common for international students and new migrants to find quick employment here. But here's the truth. Being a cafe all-rounder isn't a recognized skilled occupation on any PR pathway list, not on the medium and long-term strategic skills list, MLTSSL, short-term skilled occupation list, STSOL, or even regional specific pathways. Why? Because Australia has a high supply of domestic workers in hospitality, they don't need to sponsor workers in this role. Even if you work in this job for 10 years, it likely won't count toward any skilled visa unless you upskill into a hospitality manager, chef, or restaurant manager, which are different occupations entirely. Segment 2. Retail Sales Assistant. Retail work is one of the most accessible jobs in Australia, especially for those without qualifications. You might work in a supermarket, clothing store, or electronics outlet, helping customers, arranging products, and managing tills. But again, retail assistant is not on the skilled occupation list. There's no PR pathway for this job, and employers don't sponsor retail roles. Even if you're promoted to store supervisor, unless you transition into retail management or business operations, you're likely stuck in a job that doesn't help your visa progress. These roles often serve as stopgaps for international students but provide no long-term migration benefit. Segment 3. Cleaner, domestic or commercial. Cleaners are in high demand across homes, offices, and hotels, and many migrants pick up these jobs because they pay well per hour. However, the cleaner role is not recognized on the skilled occupation list for PR. There is no state or federal sponsorship pathway, no employer nomination stream, and no recognized trade qualification that turns this role into a PR-worthy skill. If you're cleaning homes or offices, it's considered low-skilled and not prioritized by Australian immigration policies. Segment 4. Uber driver, delivery driver. Gig economy jobs like Uber, DoorDash, and Menulog appeal to new arrivals because of their flexibility. But here's the harsh truth. Being an Uber driver or delivery driver doesn't count toward any PR application. It's a self-employed position without employer sponsorship, trade certification, or state nomination options. In fact, the government views gig jobs as non-accessible under skilled migration. You're essentially off the PR radar while working full-time in such roles. Segment 5. Call center operator. Working in a call center can seem like an office-based job with potential, but it's not classified as a skilled role under any PR stream unless you're operating at a managerial level. Most call center jobs involve answering customer queries, processing complaints, or conducting sales, none of which are specialized enough for a skilled visa. Furthermore, employers don't sponsor call center agents because the job can be filled locally, often with part-time uni students. Segment 6. Security guard. Security work might look stable and responsible, especially in malls, events, or construction sites. But the basic security officer role is not PR eligible in most states. Only specialized security roles, like border security or cybersecurity, have migration pathways, not general patrolling or crowd control roles. Even with certifications and years of experience, unless you step into security management or risk assessment, you're working a job with no visa value. Segment 7. Hairdresser's assistant. Many international students land part-time jobs in salons, helping with shampoos, cleaning, and customer care. While hairdresser is sometimes listed on the ST Sol for regional areas, hairdressers' assistants or apprentices are not eligible for PR. You need formal trade qualifications and at least 3 to 4 years of post-qualification experience to qualify under the skilled migration pathway. Assisting alone, even for years, won't make your visa application stronger. Segment 8. Fast food worker. Working in fast food franchises like McDonald's, Hungry Jack's, or KFC is common for students. You might even climb to a crew trainer or supervisor. But fast food jobs are considered entry-level, low-skill, and do not qualify under the Australian PR system. Managers of fast food outlets also face significant scrutiny under employer nomination visa programs. Unless you are moved into a corporate hospitality management role, your PR options are limited or non-existent. Segment 9. Construction laborer, unqualified. While qualified trades like carpenters, electricians, and plumbers are on the PR list, general laborers without a trade license or formal qualification are not. Many migrants fall into this trap, working on sites, lifting materials, or assisting tradies. But without TAFE certification and experience in a skilled trade, these roles offer no PR benefit. Even working full-time as a laborer for 10 years won't count unless you formalize your skills. Segment 10. Barista. Barista. Culture is huge in Australia, and you might be amazing at it, but unless you're a qualified chef or hospitality manager, being a barista is not a PR-listed occupation. Even with years of experience, excellent latte art, and customer service, it remains a low-skilled occupation with no state nomination or employer sponsorship pathway. Just a quick reminder that you can now join to be part of my community members by clicking the join icon beside the notification sign below on the right, or just click the link in the description. You now have access to chat me on any visa-related issues whenever I'm live, and your comment can also be prioritized, and much more. What are you waiting for? Join now. Segment 11. Receptionist. Receptionists are the face of many companies, answering phones, scheduling appointments, and greeting clients. But despite the professionalism and multitasking skills involved, this job is not listed on the skilled occupation list. That means you can't apply for state nomination, employer-sponsored visas, or general skilled migration based solely on this role. Even upgrading to administrative officer or executive assistant may not solve the issue unless you shift into office management or corporate services, which have more structured career pathways tied to formal qualifications. Many migrants get stuck here, especially in medical or dental clinics, without realizing that their work doesn't accumulate any migration advantage. Segment 12. Kitchen hand. Kitchen hands work long hours in restaurants, cafes, and catering services, cleaning, chopping, washing dishes, assisting chefs. But unlike chefs or cooks, who are sometimes on the skilled lists, kitchen hands are not classified as skilled workers. In fact, this is one of the most common traps for new arrivals, thinking that years of hard work in hospitality will lead to PR. But without becoming a qualified chef through a Certificate 3 or 4 or an apprenticeship, you're likely putting in years for nothing visa-wise. Segment 13. Taxi driver. Traditional taxi drivers face a similar issue as Uber or rideshare workers. The job is self-employed, lacks sponsorship, and isn't on any occupation list. Many drivers earn decent weekly income and assume it counts towards skilled migration, but it doesn't. You won't get state nomination, employer sponsorship, or partner visa eligibility based on being a driver. Even those working in this job full-time and paying taxes for years find themselves excluded when it's time to apply for PR, unless they move into logistics management or formal transportation planning roles. Segment 14. Waitstaff, food runner. Waiters, waitresses, and food runners work in restaurants, bars, and cafes, and the job may seem structured and essential. Unfortunately, this is a low-skilled entry-level occupation, and it is not included in any of the eligible skilled occupation lists for migration. It doesn't matter if you work in a fine dining establishment or a pub. Without transitioning into hospitality supervision, event coordination, or food and beverage management, you're stuck in a job with zero PR value. Segment 15. General farm worker. Many working holiday visa holders and temporary residents take jobs on farms, picking fruits, cleaning animal sheds, or maintaining fields. While regional work is encouraged under some temporary visa pathways, general farm work doesn't qualify you for skilled migration. The exception comes only when you transition into agriculture technicians, farm managers, or specialized operators, which require formal education and experience. Just picking apples or harvesting crops doesn't earn you migration points. Many people wrongly believe that doing this work in regional areas will lead to PR, but unless you're in a designated skilled occupation, that's not true. Segment 16, Warehouse Packer. Warehouse packers are essential for logistics, stacking, labeling, moving stock. But once again, it's a role that falls under low-skill, high-labor jobs and is not recognized as skilled by Australian immigration. You won't be able to get state nomination, and there's no employer-sponsored PR route unless you transition into logistics management or supply chain coordination. Even forklift drivers face challenges. Unless they take formal certifications and elevate to roles like transport and logistics supervisor, they remain excluded from PR pathways. Segment 17, Cashier. Cashiers in grocery stores, petrol stations, fast food outlets, and retail chains are common workers in the Australian economy. But the job is neither on the MLTSSL, TSOL, nor regional skilled lists. It's considered low-skilled with no shortage in the local market. Even supervisory cashier roles don't offer a route to PR. For any chance at skilled migration, you'd need to move into retail management, supported by business education, formal work history, and employer nomination. Segment 18, Laundry Attendant. Laundry attendants in hotels, laundromats, and hospitals do critical work, but their role is not considered skilled under Australian immigration. There are no sponsored visas, no regional nomination opportunities, and no PR pathways based on this job. It may provide short-term income, especially for international students or bridging visa holders, but long-term migration? It's impossible through this role alone. You'd need to study, retrain, or transfer to a hospitality or cleaning business management role to be eligible. Segment 19, Childcare Assistant, unqualified. Many people mistakenly believe that working in childcare automatically leads to PR. That's only partially true. Unless you're a qualified childcare worker with a diploma or degree in early childhood education and registered with the proper Australian bodies, your work is not considered skilled. If you are just assisting in a daycare center or helping teachers without any certifications, you will not be eligible for PR. You must complete a Certificate 3 or diploma in early childhood education and work experience in a licensed center for it to count. Segment 20, Massage Therapist, non-certified or unregistered. Massage therapy used to be on some state migration lists, but as of 2025, the criteria has tightened severely. If you're working as a massage therapist without a formal Australian qualification or registration with an Australian body like AMT or ANTA, your work doesn't count. This is especially true for those working in unlicensed or cash-in-hand massage parlors. Even if you have international experience, it won't be recognized unless you certify in Australia, get licensed, and meet English and health requirements. Otherwise, your massage work is invisible to immigration. Conclusion. Plus. Final thoughts. These jobs, while often honest, hardworking, and necessary for survival, are not recognized by the Australian immigration system as skilled or valuable for PR purposes. Working full-time in these roles may help pay your bills, but they don't move you closer to permanent residency. Australia is very specific about who it allows to stay long-term, and that decision is heavily based on skill shortages, qualifications, and labor demand. If you're unsure whether your job will lead to PR or you're working in one of these roles and don't know what to do next, I can help. I offer Visa Consultation Services where I guide you step-by-step on the documents you need, what occupations to aim for, what courses lead to PR, and how to apply correctly without wasting time. DM me or use the link in the description to book a session. Share this video with anyone planning their future in Australia. It could save them years of wasted effort. Comment below the job you're currently working in, and I'll tell you what your PR chances are. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more real immigration updates every week.